Good afternoon, you're watching your lunchtime news here on TV1. We've got a lot of stories from here at home and around the world lined up for you today. But before we take a deeper look at these stories and more, let's first have a look at the headlines.
Hindu newspaper states President Maithripala Sirisena believes arrested Indian national must be a raw agent trying to assassinate him. Former Minister Johnston Fernando acquitted and released from Satosa case. Police sergeant attached to the Thebuana police reinstated in service. Armenian Prime Minister Nikol Pashinyan resigns in order to hold early vote.
Now taking a deeper look at those stories, starting off with your cabinet update. Speaking at the weekly cabinet media briefing, core cabinet spokesperson Minister Dr. Rajitha Senaratne said that the head of state did not say that a raw agent was plotting his murder. Moving on to more news here at home, the Minister of Law and Order, Ranjit Manbo Bandara, has decided to interdict Nalaka De Silva, the DIG in charge of the Terrorist Investigation Division, who faced allegations over an alleged plot to assassinate President and the former Defence Secretary. The recommendations in this regard had been directed to the National Police Commission in a communique bearing the signature of the Ministry Secretary, Padmasiri Jayamana. The Ministry had taken this decision based on the information uncovered from the investigations taking place with regard to the plot to assassinate the President and former Secretary of Defence, Gotabaya Rajapaksa. Moving on to more of your local news, former Minister Johnston Fernando and two other defendants who were remanded for the misuse of Satosa material and funds were acquitted and released by the Kurunegala High Court. The order was issued by Kurunegala High Court Judge Menaka Vijayasundara. The Honourable Judge at the Kurunegala High Court, Menaka Vijayasundara, issued a final decision to acquit Johnston Fernando and two other accused. The stance of the defence was that there wasn't enough evidence to even summon the defendants to court and that defendants should be released on the grounds that there isn't enough evidence. Given that there wasn't enough evidence put forward, the judge ordered that the suspects be acquitted. Now, Police Sergeant Sanat Gunawardana, attached to the Thebuana police and interdicted, was reinstated in service last evening.
Police media spokesperson said the police sergeant was reinstated by the Inspector General of Police. The police sergeant called on President Sirisena last afternoon and was gifted a sum of ₹1,000,000. The police sergeant was involved in a standoff with police after he opposed the release of a sand tipper apprehended by him. The tipper was released by the OIC of Thebuana police.
Now, in your lead story this afternoon, the Hindu website today reported that Sri Lankan President Maithripala Sirisena had accused India's Research and Analysis Wing, or RAW, of plotting his assassination. According to the Hindu, President Sirisena, who was speaking at the weekly cabinet meeting, told ministers that the Indian intelligence agency was, quote, trying to kill him, unquote, but that Prime Minister Narendra Modi may not be aware of the plan. The Hindu says that it had learned this from sources present at the discussion. According to the Hindu, at Tuesday's meeting, Sirisena reportedly said, quote, the Indian national must be a raw agent trying to kill me. The Indian PM may not be aware. That is often the case. Trump may not be aware of the CIA's similar moves, unquote. The Hindu goes on to claim that the president's media unit called off a scheduled press conference meet by Sirisena's advisors on the reported assassination plot. The presidential advisor Shirar Laktilaka told the Hindu they cancelled it because they were awaiting more information. The Hindu had also referred to comments made by Minister Mangala Samaravira in September over the assassination plot when police arrested an Indian national claiming to be a raw agent. Media Minister Mangala Samaravira slammed it as a, quote, disinformation campaign, unquote, urging reporters to be responsible. According to many local newspapers, Tuesday's meeting saw a heated argument between President Sirisena and Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe when a cabinet paper on developing the Colombo port came up for discussion. Sources said President Sirisena vehemently objected to any Indian involvement in upgrading its East Container Terminal, a project that New Delhi has been keen to take up. Information over an alleged plot to assassinate the President, former Secretary of Defence and several others was revealed by a person named Namal Kumara, who is the Director of Operations of an anti-corruption outfit. The Indian national in question was arrested after he made frequent visits to Namal Kumara's Varkapula residence to obtain information. The Indian national is currently in detention for interrogation after being produced to court. The Indian High Commission in Colombo said the Indian national has had a history of mental disturbance. Now, in some tragic news, a police constable died when the motorcycle he was travelling in collided with an elephant in the Nyani Kulama area along the Kandy Jaffna A9 road.
According to the police, the constable has been travelling from Anuradhapura to Kakirawa when the motorcycle collided with the elephant. The police constable succumbed to his injuries after being admitted to the Maradan Kadavula hospital. The deceased was a 32-year-old who served at the Modara police station. Meanwhile, 2 people were injured when 2 lorries collided head-on in the Kopivatta area in Pallebadda along Ratnapura-Amblipitiya main road. The injured were the drivers of the vehicles. One severely injured driver is under treatment in the District General Hospital in Amblipitiya, while the other driver was admitted to the Pallebadda District Hospital.
Now in more local news, a media briefing to create awareness about the Aruwakaru garbage disposal plant was convened in Colombo yesterday.
The provincial level authorities oppose when development activities are conducted in their respective areas. We have discussed about these issues and reached to an agreement. But we see attempts indirectly made to oppose the projects. We are saddened by this because they are trying to obstruct something that is beneficial to the country. You're talking about the neighboring area, aren't you? No, we have named the garbage disposal plant as Aruwakaru. You want to identify where exactly Aruwakaru is? Is that what you're asking? Do not constantly ask about a village. This is 5 kilometers away from Aruwakaru. They are doing a feasibility study and it will determine where it is going to be.
Well, that's a wrap of Lunchtime News for today. Please stay tuned to us on Live at 55 and also check our website www.newsfirst.lk to stay updated with the very latest for the Newsfirst team. I've been Deshan Gonawala wishing you a good day.